A press release by GlaxoSmithKline, a British company known for manufacturing of vaccines, especially for people in sub-Saharan Africa, has expressed optimism for a vaccine against malaria. Currently, there's no commercially available vaccine against malaria, despite a rigorous search. So, today's announcement in South Africa gives hope, even at less than 50% success levels. Efficacious at that percentage, can we trust it?
Basically, usually in mathematics, 1 is greater than 0. If there was no vaccine at all, and we have a vaccine that can give us 47%, it's quite a big achievement. First of all, we must appreciate that making a malaria vaccine is very difficult. It's not as easy as you've seen the measles vaccine, polio vaccine. Malaria parasite is very difficult to catch. It's as hard as it is for HIV, and that's why malaria and HIV are bedfellows.
To Dr. Myers Lugemwa, who has been watching the vaccine's progress for the past 4 years, when Uganda started clinical trials of the same RTSS in Iganga, any aim to reduce malaria instances is more than welcome.
But one thing we must bear in mind is that there is no magic bullet, single magic bullet that can eliminate malaria. The vaccine, of course, is yet another arsenal that we shall have to add onto the other arsenals we have, like indoor residue spraying, the use of insecticide-treated nets, which, as I talk now, we are distributing in the eastern part of the country.
He says if 47 of every 100 children between ages 5 and 17 months who can die of malaria are protected by this vaccine, then it's more than good enough. Globally, according to the World Health Organization, malaria kills up to 800,000 people in a year. About 100,000 are from Uganda.
Uganda is still the 4th global malaria burden contributor.
Phase 3 of the clinical trials were conducted in 7 African countries, including Burkina Faso, Gabon, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, Mozambique, and Tanzania. Over 15,000 children were enrolled in 2 groups, those between the ages of 5 to 17 months and those between 6 to 14 weeks. The recent health sector review by the Ministry of Health revealed a tremendous increase in malaria cases, up to 15 million in 2012 alone. The mosquitoes are definitely busy and unforgiving of the younger ones.
Children with virtually no immunity conferred upon them, so they are very vulnerable to severe attacks. So this vaccine will be aiming not at an adult like you, like me.
According to GSK, RTSS triggers the immune system to defend against the malaria parasite when it first enters the human host's bloodstream or when the parasite infects liver cells. The vaccine is designed to prevent the parasite from infecting, maturing, and multiplying in the liver. Half of the world's population is not safe from the malaria-causing parasites given off by infected mosquitoes. For about 30 years, GlaxoSmithKline has been developing this vaccine alongside PATH Malaria Vaccine Initiative with own funding and that of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now it awaits approval from the European Medicines Agency, EMA.
Thoughts are being driven to see if you can combine this vaccine plus another one, whether they can synergistically work together to augment the potency of the intervention of protecting these children.
WHO is already enthused with the results from the clinical trials. When approved as early as 2015, the vaccine will be available to the general population.
And there is what we call the decision-making framework, which is already being set by Uganda National Academy of Sciences of Makerere, working with other partners, to plan to see how they will receive this vaccine and advise government, specifically Ministry of Health, to see how this vaccine can be co-opted onto the other vaccines that are currently within the country.
The same is expected of other countries. Florence, NTV.